Kay gets to get upset again about PlayStation.
Why?
Here we go.
Time to trigger.
I'm going to cut to here. And why is my... Oh, here we go. Got it. There we go. All right. PlayStation shuts down Demon Souls Shadow of the Colossus remake studio Bluepoint Games. Should I be playing this or we're just...
No, you don't need to play it. It's just a visual, basically.
So real quick, PlayStation shut down Bluepoint Games. This comes from Bloomberg, which confirmed the news with PlayStation. Roughly 70 employees are going to be impacted by the closure when it officially occurs next month. Bluepoint Games is an incredibly talented team, and their technical expertise has delivered exceptional experiences for the PlayStation community. A PlayStation spokesman told Bloomberg, "We thank them for their passion, creativity, and craftsmanship." Let's jump to here. Okay. Destin says, with Bluepoint, I hope people understand why I hate PlayStation management decisions, but not PlayStation itself. They have so much amazing talent, but some garbage decisions are hurting them again and again. So frustrating. We're going to cut to here. Banana Man says, the studio that could literally produce the easiest wins for this company is the one they shut down. This is Japan Studios all over again.
Well said.
And cut to here real quick.
I like how you call him Banana Man, first of all, and that's for Tata.
Oh god, I agreed with the banana. Help.
But it says Banana
crazy.
Man.
Oh no, it's Alex.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, but it says Banana Man. I'm just reading.
We can continue.
Okay, I read it. Frittata said, or I'm sorry, at thick cc underscore stick underscore boy was with an I.
Shout out Freddy.
Bluepoint was killed so games like Fair Games could walk. What the fuck is Sony even doing anymore? And then I'm gonna go here. So this is the Bluepoint website.
That's their website.
Right. And then let's see
so
here.
Kay, as you're seeing this, there's this beautiful summary here that I'll read out real fast, and I want to know what you think about it. So this is basically PlayStation in a nutshell. Raised first-party game prices to $70, which angered many players. Increased the price of PlayStation 5 in Europe during inflation. Pushed hard into live service strategy after acquiring Bungie, leading to canceled projects and internal instability. Over-focused on GAAS games as a service, moving attention away from classic single-player exclusives. Launched PlayStation Portal, seen by many as overpriced and unnecessary, except for Phoenix. Weaker communication with their core gaming community compared to previous PlayStation leadership. Studio restructuring and layoffs across multiple teams like PlayStation London Studio, Firewalk Studios, Bungie, Ben Studio, PlayStation Malaysia, and now reports of shutdown of Bluepoint Games.
Yes.
First of all, I just need to interrupt real quick on that hurtful line from Blabs. The PlayStation Portal is actually a huge success story.
That's why I said except for Phoenix.
What?
You're implying that only I felt that it was worthy. It was actually
you and like 5 other people, man.
No, it's not. No, it's actually big enough that they're actually now considering even making another one. I'm just letting you all know.
It's so ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
It's so ridiculous. I completely agree with all of that. Games as a service are a cancer to video games in the modern era. It is terrible. That is where they just do a free-to-play model, microtransactions, game is always live, meaning you're having constant updates. They do that to keep you in the game, right? They want you to stay always active. They want to continue to nickel and dime you. But it's killing all these fantastic studios. The thing with Bluepoint that's really painful for people is they're like the top of their game when it comes to remasters. These are people that really put in the time and care to truly make sure that that game is good. Shadow of the Colossus, excellent. The Uncharted Nathan Drake trilogy, excellent. That collection, excellent. So this is just really devastating for people because they know that PlayStation's sitting on money. There are so many things that people want returned, whether it's Killzone, Jak and Daxter. Like, I could name hundreds of Bloodborne. I could name so many things that they could have done. Yeah, exactly. So many things that they could have done, and they somehow fumbled the bag with this company, and now it's gone. And you had like a good company under your wing. So that's the thing that upsets me about PlayStation, is that they continue to take in all of these great companies. It used to be EA was the acquisition killer. They would acquire a company, take their game, get rid of them, done. PlayStation is in that Like it's insane the amount of stuff that could have happened, the amount of money that they could have made, and they're focused on like complete garbage instead.
Well, yeah, that was
Twisted Metal would have been another incredible one. Like there's so much.
That's what happened. Was you had Jim Ryan and Herman Hulst, who are, in my opinion, completely responsible for all this. They went into the live service garbage. In my opinion, it's garbage. And it looks like that's how they started the PlayStation 5 career. Like behind the scenes, it was, we want to take all these properties, Horizon, even God of War, by the way, I believe was also trying to have a live service game that I think Bluepoint may have been working on.
Yes, that was the last project that they were working on before they got the axe. Now, officially, 2020 was the last thing with the Demon Souls remake. But that was the last thing that they were like pitched pretty much to do. I think they were the ones that pitched it because they just wanted to survive as a studio. But realistically, they're being put in the wrong peg. Like they should not be doing that. So
I think and that's why, especially on like this, because I've been saying it for a long time now, this console generation is easily, unquestionably the worst console generation in all of history. There's nothing on it, especially on PlayStation, because you can see that all these projects, it was all this live service push, and then many of them failed. The vast majority of them failed. And like, you take Naughty Dog, who was working on they were tasked with doing a Last of Us multiplayer thing that turned into its own live service thing. And then that got eventually axed. And so that studio has to play catch up now. For years, they were working on this thing. Then it's gone. And so now it's going to be another X amount of years until their next game comes out. So you're seeing this with everybody. It's now trying to catch up with all these cancellations. I think the Horizon might be the last of that group where they took their Sony property and then tried to add live service to it.
I know. I'm just very afraid for Bend Studios. They're the ones that did Days Gone. I love them. Incredible group of people. They had to deal with massive layoffs through all of this. They wanted to have a sequel to Days Gone. It has not been approved. I think they're pitching another game right now. Media Molecule, who is historic. And they have like industry veterans. That company has like transformed multiple times through the industry and given us a lot of great things. Little Big Planet, people know it for. Dreams, my personal favorite in the Media Molecule modern era. I'm just concerned that these really incredible studios, we are begging for good video games in the AAA space, and these incredible studios that could be giving Sony these mega games are just getting wiped out because there's mismanagement at the top. It's really devastating. And Microsoft is just incredibly lucky that, Sony is incredibly lucky that Microsoft is fumbling so hard. Because really neither of them are like winning at this at all. But Sony is just pulling by the skin of their teeth, just barely, because they're able to slightly make things go further. It's a sad state of affairs. I want there's people that say burn the whole industry down, reset it. I get it. I'm personally, this will be my white pill. I'm going to pull a Meg here. I want the industry to thrive and survive. And I want to see people that actually want to create good things stay in the industry. And I want us to support those people. So that's why I'm really upset about Bluepoint Games, because those are people in the industry that were actually really putting care into what they were doing. And they sadly got punished in the end for these modern trends.
Yep. I feel like everybody tried warning them, though. It's like, hey, you don't want to do that. That's not what we're interested in. And yet they're like, no. This is the direction we have to go.
Well, that's the problem with live service games. The problem with live service games is that it's like all it takes is one of those games to make it, and now you have this huge cash cow. So they thought, and I disagree with them, but they thought this was a good investment in that, 10 of these may fail, but if one succeeds, if one becomes a Fortnite kind of IP, then it's all worth it. But absolutely, I hate what Jim Ryan has done, and I absolutely hate what Herman Hulst has done to Sony. So this is just more sad news for that platform. Hooray.
I will personally give you a high five if you subscribe. I will not actually give you a high five if you subscribe.